Hey there, and welcome to today's episode of Throwback Thursday. And I feel so strongly about this one. It's about resilience, because you know what? Sales is hard. So dive straight in where myself and Pirate Pete are going to be giving you some tips about how to just keep selling. Tonight's sales scout is the Finding Dory edition, because you gotta just keep selling. We're all salespeople, and you know how hard that can sometimes be. So we're gonna talk resilience, and we are of course here with my colleague Pirate Pete, my co-host, who, as you may know, I love the film as well. Absolutely love the film. As you may have met, Pirate Pete is our timer. He's going to keep us on track. So there is 10 minutes on the clock. 10 minutes. We don't want to know that. There is 10 minutes now where we're going to focus on bettering your business. We're going to talk resilience. So, the big thing about sales is that it's bloody hard work. Hi there, Julie. It's really, really, really hard work. There we go. In that, what actually we have to do is we have to be able to bounce back. Because you know what? Someone says no, you've got to get straight back up. And you've got to just keep selling. And that's really hard work. It's really hard work. And we've all been there. And quite often you're under a lot of pressure. You've got targets to hit. So how exactly can you do it? It's all very well saying you've got to be able to bounce back. All very well saying that you've got to be resilient, but actually, how do you do it? And that's what I'm going to talk about in this session. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that, you know what? Everybody gets a no at some point. So I think the first thing is, let's just acknowledge we're all going to get a no, and that is okay. What we need to do is think about how we're going to handle that. Because sometimes we get more than one no. We get a couple of no's after each other. And as salespeople, it can leave us feeling really deflated. And I'll tell you what, when you're feeling like that, you're not going to sell. You're just not. So we've got to work a way to just keep selling. We've got to work a way to power through that. So here's a few things that you can actually do. The first thing that you can do is really quick and really easy. And it's about managing this body thing. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But it runs everything that we do. And the first thing we need to think about doing is getting ourselves in a really good place. So the first thing that we can do is physically do something to affect that. And we can do that by power posing. You heard of power posing? It's amazing because it actually sends a whole rush of positive endorphins and chemicals around your body. So the first thing is, yeah, Wonder Woman it. You can totally do that. So we're going to power pose. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me on the camera. Right, so we're going to, can you see that? That's a really bad camera angle, isn't it? We'll put the camera. Where should we put the camera? You're seeing all my office today. There we go. No? Can we do it there? I'll tell you what. Same time I've heard that today. Must work. Haha. Right. So, here we go. We are going to go into time. So, we are going to power pose. Hands on hips. Shoulders back. Chin up. Big deep breath. Okay. Keep your legs apart. And actually push forward from your waist. Now, what that's actually doing is sending a load of chemicals around your body. Now, you can do that sitting down as well. If you're sitting down, again, it's the whole thing. Get your shoulders pushed back. Get your chin up. Deep breath, okay? So straight away, you're feeling a little bit down. That's going to give you a boost. It's a really quick and easy way. And if you are in a phone-based sales job, that's a great way of getting that lift. So you can just keep swimming. So you can actually pick up that phone and make that next call. Second thing is, if you really feel like it's getting to you, sometimes you think, I don't know how I'm going to pull this back. I don't know how I'm going to get to my target. Actually, we can get so ground down. It can be really hard to move away from that. So I would suggest you do two things. The first thing is, look at what you are actually doing at this precise moment in time. Because I'll tell you what, reading the same email 3 times is not being productive and it's not helping you. It's actually just going to keep bringing you down. So what you actually need to do is close that email and physically get out of the space. Get out and go take a walk. And again, you might think, really, going and taking a walk? I mean it. Again, shoulders back, deep breaths. Look at the sky. Don't look at the floor. Look at the sky. Lift your mood. Hiya, Keith. Hi. Yeah, mindfulness. It's a lot of mindfulness, this. So it's about deep breath, actually physically moving your body on. So I completely do that. Now, hi there. Hi, Robert Duck. Oh, exciting profile picture. I can see both of them. Keith, I'm not selling anything. We're talking, just keep selling. We're talking about resilience. So next thing we can do is start to look at the big picture. And what I mean by that is quite often we get so bound up as salespeople in, I need to do another £10,000, I need to do another £10,000, I need to do another £10,000, then actually we can't see past that. So what you actually need to do is start to just step away from that and look at the big picture, because actually, you know what, in life, that's not a huge thing. It's not. In real life, it's a very small thing that we're actually dealing with here. And someone I used to work with used to say, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, where is this? And quite often we think it's like an 8, a 9 or a 10. You know what? This isn't an 8, a 9 or a 10. It's just selling. It's just sales. It's just business. What is an 8, a 9 or a 10 is some of the other things that are going on in the world today. And maybe some of the things that go on in your personal life. What's going on with your partner at home. If someone was ill, if someone was injured. Now that's an 8, a 9 or a 10. Actually, not haven't got to your target yet. That's nowhere near that. And just remembering that can really help you put things in perspective. So do look at that big, just have a look at that big picture. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next thing to do is, once you've had a deep breath, you've had a bit of a walk, you've got it in perspective, we're now going to get back to the problem at hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to get back to what we can do. How do we get a win? And I'm really big on getting a win because it changes your mindset. And you know, back in that film, we just kept swimming, we just kept going. And if you've seen the new film with Dory in it, there's lots of little wins on the way. There's lots of little things that happen that get Dory where she needs to be ultimately. And that's what we need to do. We need a little tiny win that's going to start to get us in that direction. So what can we do? Think about a small action that you can take, which is actually going to help progress your success. Because again, when things aren't going our way, then sometimes things can seem really huge and really overwhelming. So you know what? You're not going to do that £10,000 target today. Could you make a small sale? Is there someone you could ring up and sell £500 to? Then you know what? Go do it. Because not only is that taking a step in the right direction, but you're going to get that buzz back, and every salesperson needs that buzz. So just go for it. What small action can you take to move you in the right direction? How do you do that? Okay. Next thing you need to think about is what you're doing useful? And is what you're doing useful in that big picture? Because again, you know, when things aren't going our way, we tend to swamp ourselves in things that actually aren't relevant. What you need to do is you need to make a list, 2 sides to it. You need to make a list of stuff which is going to help you get where you want to get towards that target, and a list of other stuff. Hi Laura, good to see you. We need to make a list of the other stuff that you maybe need to do. So for example, on the stuff that's going to get you towards your target, it might be getting in touch with your customers, might be doing some marketing, might be making some phone calls. Other stuff you might need to do might be to respond to some emails, it might be to look at some reports, it might be to do some social media. So these are maybe things that ultimately are important, but they're not going to directly get you to your target. So really think about that, segment it and focus on actually those things that are going to get you there, and try to just consider the time you're spending on this other stuff, because again, we can really lose ourselves on that. And I think that that's actually where we start to hide a bit, you know, we hide behind those things. And I think the last thing really is about, you know, when someone said no to you, when you're not getting where you need to. Oh, thanks for the hearts. When you're not getting where you need to, it's really easy to get bogged down, to get tangled up in that kelp bank. Who's tangled in the kelp bank? You've got to really think about moving out of that. It's okay to be really upset that you didn't get a sale. It's okay to feel really frustrated. You know it, Heather. That's all okay. So accept that, but then you need to move on from it. I've seen some of the worst thing that can happen to people in this point is people get themselves depressed because they haven't got a sale. So they go, oh, I didn't get a sale. So that's the first thing. Then the next thing is they start to slag off the person and get a sale from, oh, he was always rubbish anyway. Oh, wasting my time. Okay, are you actually helping with that? Because you're already starting to talk yourself back into that place. You're talking your way into the kelp bank. You need to start talking your way out of it. You know what? You didn't get that sale. That's great. You know what? Park it. Didn't get it. That's fine. I'll come back to him. Maybe come back to him tomorrow, when you're feeling in a better place. Because the other thing is, just because they didn't buy off you today doesn't mean they might not buy off you tomorrow. So just really be careful about that attitude. And the thing is, all the way through this, what we're really trying to do is manage our attitude. We're trying to manage our attitude, we're trying to manage our emotions and how we actually feel. And I think that's the best thing about Dory, because she has a little song, doesn't she? Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. No, just me. Really, just me? Anyone? But she's got a song. You've got to have a song, right? So your new song has to be a bouncy song that's going to help you keep going. Because if you look at the new... Oh, Heather, you're singing as well. Oh. Pirate Pete is joining in the singing. What do we do? Yeah, what do we do? Right, okay, so Pirate Pete has a theme tune. We rock and we love his theme tune. And when we hear his theme tune, we go, come on. When Dory sings her little theme tune, we know why that is. It's because she's pushing through, she's pushing on. I'm not joking. I think you should have a theme tune. One of the people who I'm friendly with, her name's Lee Christensen. I've just named her. But I've always said to her that she's got a theme tune from the Hans Christian Andersen thing, you know? I'm Hans Christian Andersen, my life is a fairy tale. Yeah? It's like that one, only with her name. How amazing is that? Ever since we came up with that, she said it's actually changed the way I feel about things, because all of a sudden my life's a fairy tale. That's just genius. So think about it. Have you got a theme tune? Because you know what? When you're feeling down and you need to bounce back, a theme tune's a great thing. And if you haven't got one, then my hot tip suggestion is to adopt Dory's with a little change. And I think you should be going... Just keep sailing, sailing, sailing. Yeah, I'm now actually singing on Periscope. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. Thank you for the hearts. I'm enjoying that some people are enjoying my terrible singing. We are out of time. Pirate Peter has called us. He has told me his favourite movie of the summer so far is indeed Finding Dory. If you haven't been and see it, do dash out and see it. It's amazing. Particular fan of Hank the Octopus personally. So if you enjoyed that episode, then remember to hit the subscribe button and ding the bell to make sure that you know next time we post up another video. And until next time, remember to be self-tastic.